Thank you for watching our Miwu trailer. Imagining our game as a puzzle platformer, the title is named after our main playable character, Miwu, as you follow his descent, uncovering the secrets of Okumo and Kwangshan. At Jufin Studio, our big inspirations for Miwu come from our experience of traveling to Taiwan, particularly Jiufen, and learning about its colonial relationship to Japan.
Given that dissension and verticality are central motifs in our game, we have here a large map to illustrate Miwu's physical journey downwards from Okumo to Kwangshan. Our game consists of 6 levels where players guide Miwu, uncovering the world's history as they descend through each stage. Throughout the journey, players will solve puzzles, interact with Okumo and Kwangshan natives, and gather collectible items.
We start at the aspiring heights of an idyllic and futuristic megalopolis known as Okumo, a city flaunting its superior architectural design and populated by floating, kite-like NPCs. Okumo is not only a home to locals, but also contains immigrants from Kwangshan, with many raised in foster homes, where they consume lanterns to better assimilate into Okumo society. Though the city is not designed with them in mind, they find ways to navigate the space through unconventional means, cobbling together impromptu transport methods like ladders, or jumping on fans that harness wind energy to reach certain levels.
In the beginning, we are introduced to Miwu when he is in his first form. In this form, he wears a paper dragon mask and flowing robes to blend with Okumo society. His attire also gives him the ability to move similar to Okumo natives, gliding gracefully through the city.
Something happens in Miwu's life in Okumo which causes him to investigate, unlocking one of the city's first open secrets, the Refinement Zone. Based on the Mizuhiki art form, the Refinement Zone is essentially the strings tying the landscape of Okumo together. Here lies a mysterious ore that undergoes an extensive refinement process, with lines of pods collecting hazardous red waste.
The ore that is refined in Okumo's underbelly plays a central role in our game. These crystals are precious sources of energy that are guarded by Refinement Zone workers. Miwu begins to consume these crystals, allowing him the ability to sink.
Eventually, Miwu sinks away from Okumo and into the storms, filled with floating platforms carrying red minerals in worn carts.
When Miwu undergoes his first change, we see his second form, where he is beginning to shed the mask and embrace more of his true nature. As such, his movements become clunkier, and he can't really glide anymore.
After Miwu navigates through the perilous storm area, he reaches a mountaintop forest where he's met with an eerie silence. Landing on a shrine platform used to transport ore from Kwangshan to Okumo, Miwu travels along the forest's roots and stone stairs. This level serves as a spooky introduction to the mountain, where Miwu unearths more of this world's corrupt history. As he journeys, he hears voices from nearby graves, whispering stories of the past, and maybe even of his own family.
By the time Miwu reaches Kwangshan, he has transformed into his third form, completely shedding the mask and embracing his natural abilities. He is heavy, stout, and strong.
Inspired by our travels, Miwu's home mountain town of Kwangshan reflects the intersection of architecture and nature. The buildings, just like its inhabitants, are made of rock and other natural materials. Likewise, the lanterns that the Kwangshan civilians feed their children differ from those found in Okumo, as they are constructed from local resources. Upon arriving in his hometown, Miwu discovers his home is abandoned and the townspeople he encounters seemingly have amnesia. Searching for answers, he descends deeper into the anatomy of his hometown, down into the mines.
Down in the mines of Kwangshan, Miwu expects to find the town miners hard at work uncovering the glowing crystals within the earth. These glowing crystals, unlike the lime green gems we see in Okumo, are initially seen with a bright red tone with small hints of yellow, later sanded down and refined by the refinement technology of Okumo. What he finds instead is devastating. Miwu discovers that his parents, alongside various other townsfolk, have become crystallized. An answer lies deeper in the mines. And as he crawls down into an abandoned section, he uncovers a terrible conspiracy. the forces of Okumo have been utilizing sapping machines to suck the powers of a Kwangshan mountain spirit, harnessing the energy of Kwangshan's crystals like a demented battery.
Enraged by this, Miwu finds a way to destroy the machine, lifting the amnesiac effects from the Kwangshan people, reversing the crystallization of his parents and other locals, and awakening a new era for Kwangshan and Okumo. While Miwu has managed to prevent further exploitation from happening, we wanted to leave some loose ends for the player to speculate on. Like the mixed emotions we experienced in Taiwan, we wanted to carry a similar bittersweet feeling into our game.
And for now, Miwu's journey comes to a close. Special thanks to Fernando and Richard, Exchange and Study Away, Greta and the CET, and all the wonderful friends we've made in Taiwan. Thanks for watching!